We are live. What we're going to need today is two basketballs. If you have a net, you can use a net. If not, that's okay. And a speed or agility ladder that, as you can see, I have taped on the ground. Now, really quickly, I'm here in my driveway, and you could be doing this workout in your driveway as well. Hopefully the rain holds up and it doesn't start raining because it looks like it could. But if you're watching this in the future, just fast forward to the 2 minute mark. That's usually when I start my training workouts, my basketball drills for these live videos. And I will be cutting down the live videos the next day, which is going to be tomorrow. And that'll be a shorter video. So if you didn't want to watch this full live stream, if you're watching in the future, then you can watch it then. So I want to say hello to everyone who is joining me so far. I hope that you're having a fantastic day. If you have any questions during this live stream, go ahead and ask them, and I will be able to answer them for you. But it is a bit chilly today. It's supposed to be getting a bit warmer. Hopefully it gets warm or is warm where you are right now, because it's definitely not warm right here. I can't say your name, sorry. But they sent me that emoji. How are you doing? And it's starting to rain, so we'll see how much we can get going. I'll be starting this live stream right now then. So I'll get you into my tripod. See if you can see me. You can. That's fantastic. So what we're going to start with is just some easy, this driveway's not flat, but some easy right-handed ball handling, stationary, waist height. Cross over to your left hand. Some crossovers. Try to keep that head up. I see that there was a question. I will answer that question in a bit. One-handed crossovers. Left hand. When you're crossing over with one hand, try to move your shoulders as well, your upper body. Try to go with it. This is a great move if you were to go and try and cross up somebody. If you were to move your shoulders with the crossover, you will be more successful. But some high dribbling up to your head, right hand. This is not a flat driveway by any means. Crossover. Try to get really low now. Right hand. Crossover. Crossover. Low and wide crossovers. Now, get some shooting down. Take a step back. Now, what we're going to do is a left-handed dribble. We're going to cross through our legs and back, and we're going to take that shot. Ooh, that's an air ball. Sleeves. Gotta love to hate them. Starting to rain a little bit. Now, if you don't have a net, that's totally okay. What you need to do is just cross over and then act like you're going to shoot. Starting to rain just a bit. Now what we're going to do is cross over, behind the back, and shot. Now we're going to go cross over left leg and back and shot. This is not a flat driveway by any means, and yours probably isn't either. So if you messed up, that's okay. Left leg, back, and shot. Now we're going to go through the left leg and behind the back. Now, get your other ball. What we're gonna do now is 2-ball dribble, drop 1 ball, and take that shot. The ball's rolling away. Clearly the truck is playing better defense than what I can handle because the truck stole my car. I mean, truck stole my car. Oh my God. Truck stole my ball. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go 1-hand crossovers and then shot. Ah, yeah. Any questions so far? Great. I'm glad that I'm helping. We're gonna go for a few more shots, then we're gonna wrap this up. Two more makes. Now, what we're gonna do, we're gonna spin the ball to ourselves. We're gonna have our speed ladder, or you don't even really have to use a speed ladder, but you're gonna do a close jab step and then a farther jab step. If you have a speed ladder or an agility ladder, you can pick a close box and a far box. Close jab, far jab, and then you're gonna take your shot. Oh, that's off. One more make. That's all. Okay, it is starting to rain out. Let's do a question and answer period. So, question and answer. It is starting to rain, so we'll wrap this up. I hope that these drills have helped you become better basketball players. If they have, of course, hit that like button and subscribe. The Sheed says, Coach, my question is it good to tap the elbow on the hip before shooting? Tapping elbow right around the rib before shooting, does it increase accuracy? I've never actually heard that one before, but generally, if you follow from your hip, same motion up, and then shoot, you're gonna be pretty accurate. The main tip that I like to give players is as long as your elbow is underneath the ball, if your arm is back here, you might get more power, but it's gonna be a slower shot. If you're more 90 degrees, it's gonna be a much faster shot. Best drills for dribbling for kindergartners, it seems like they always wanna shoot. I agree, they always wanna shoot. Basic dribbling drills that we did at the beginning of this video. Waist high, head high, ankle height, both hands, and then do some 2-ball dribbling if you can. Then you'll be all set. Julio Reyes says, thanks, Coach. You're welcome. What do you do if we start missing a shot left or right? How to fix it? What can cause it? There's a few different causes for a shot to go left or right. If a shot goes left or right, could be the elbow too far right or left from underneath the ball. Could also be the ball going off the, let's see if I can do this holding the camera. Could be the ball going off those 2 fingers or those 2 fingers instead of going off your middle finger. So that could be a part of it as well. And then also it could be your offhand pushing it as well. So if you were shooting and you've got a secondary hand on there and then you start pushing with that secondary hand, that could also make that ball go left or right as well. Also could mess up the rotation on the shot. Having your second hand on the ball when you're shooting and you've got no spin is a good example of that. Is it too early for the blinder at this age? If you mean blinder as in those glasses that kind of shade your lower half, I'm a believer and disbeliever at the same time of those. I'm a believer because if it's used properly, it works. But if it's used and the player's still looking down even farther to see the ball, then it's not working and not doing anything. So if you can, a player to use that solely by himself or herself can work, but it's better to have it with a parent or a brother, sister, trainer, because then at that point they can say, hey, head back up. The sheet says, is it good to do push-ups and sit-ups every day, like 50 push-ups and 50 sit-ups daily? I heard coaches say that. You're doing body weight exercises at that point, so technically, in theory, you should be okay. But if you're going to the point where you're overexerting yourself, you probably shouldn't do that every day. Your muscles have to heal, right? So if you're doing the whole idea, like my grade 11, or I think it was grade 11, phys ed teacher said, do 1 push-up one day, the next day do 2, build yourself up to 20, and then start again from 1. I'm gonna say those are okay to do every single day. But if you're doing 50 push-ups and you can barely do them, and you're doing that every day, then at that point, your muscles have to heal. You have to remember that a muscle tears when you're working it out, and then it tries to rebuild itself stronger so that it doesn't tear as easily. That's how you get stronger. And if you're tearing your muscle and it's not healing properly, then you're just getting, you're not healing it. You're just basically filling it, like you're not healing it in that sense. You're just not doing the muscle justice. not allowing it to heal, which means it's not going to get stronger. It's going to stay the exact same, and you're going to get not the type of muscle fibers that you would wish that you would have gotten. Any other questions I can answer? How long should basketball skill workout be? Sorry for so many questions. No, don't be sorry. I can answer as many questions. I answer as many questions as you like. How long basketball skills workouts should be? Generally speaking, an hour is good. But now with everyone on quarantine, I know this video was only a 15-minute workout, but again, any of those drills that I went over today, you can go for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. I wouldn't say if you only did 15-minute workouts in the past, I wouldn't say go out and do a 6-hour workout. But when I was training to go down to the development league, I was doing quite literally 8 hours on a basketball court. Hey coach, we're from the Philippines. We've used your plays in our league and it's effective. Appreciate if you mention us in your live stream. John Gabriel Roa, how are you doing? You recommend Tabata training? I don't know what Tabata training is. Alex Williams, how do you coach the young kids on walking when you see it so much on the NBA? Like, you mean traveling? You're allowed 2 steps after you dribble. So it's if you have to, before you pick up your pivot foot, you need to dribble, but after you've dribbled, you're allowed to take 2 steps, and your pivot foot doesn't count as 1 step, so keep that in mind. There is a lot of traveling in the NBA, and I used to comment a lot about it, but stuff like what James Harden does, I would say maybe 1 out of every 40 step backs he does is a travel. So not all of them are travels. And a lot of the stuff that a lot of people say is a travel in the NBA is not actually a travel. But you have to really, those guys move so fast, and really good basketball players move so fast that it may look like a travel, but you really have to slow that footage down to really see that it's not. Alex Williams, thanks. We use all your plays on my team. That's great. I'm glad that they're helping. The sheet, is static stretching more important after workouts? Yes. So you see me sitting down after I did a training workout. It's not the greatest. You should be stretching, but static stretches are something that you would do afterwards. And then I've lost my mind of what the other stretch is called, but the moving stretches, those are what you would want to do before. Thanks, coach. How do you improve your shooting while you're at home and improve your isolation? If you've got a net, quite literally just stationary shooting. So if you've got a net, literally a couple of inches away, just practicing your shooting form. If you don't have a net, what you would want to do is videotape yourself shooting the ball, and try to get as good of a form as you can. The sheet asks what best books I can read to improve knowledge of basketball. The one book that I always recommend, and it used to be in my description a lot, it might be still down there, but Basketball for Dummies and Coaching Basketball for Dummies is both really good books if you haven't read them already. A really good basketball mindset book would be Kobe's book. I can't remember what it's called, but it's the Kobe Bryant book. That's a really good one as well. Any other questions I can answer? I'm gonna be back live again. Today is a Wednesday, am I right? I think today's a Wednesday. Yeah. So I'll be back here again on Friday doing a live training and question and answer period. The sheet, thank you for your answers. You're welcome. And I'm gonna go chase my second basketball that decided to allow the truck to steal it from me. So I'm gonna go get that. And I hope that you've all enjoyed today's live stream. I appreciate you watching my videos, the sheet. John Gabriel asks drills for dribbling and exercises for us. Should be same type of day on Friday. So If you rewatch the beginning of this training session, I did do a little bit of dribbling drills, and I did some dribbling drills with shooting a basketball. But I've also, you know what? John Gabriel, if you're still here, go to ALS B-Ball on Instagram if you've got Instagram, and I'll send me a message saying, yo, it's John from the live stream, and I'll send you some videos that I've got for dribbling. And Alex Williams, me and my team love the full court press video. That's great. I'm glad I can be helpful. And if there's any other questions, I will answer them, but I will be shutting this live stream down in a few seconds and chasing down my basketball that is hiding from the rain underneath the truck. Sort of raining out. It's sort of stopped. That's the sky. Anyways, I hope that you all have a great day. I'll be back here doing a live stream on Friday at the same time. I live stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I will be cutting this live stream down tomorrow for tomorrow evening. I'll see you guys there.